on, you guys? Welcome to Market Review. My name's Oscar, and this is a show where we evaluate the top risers and fallers in the market for today, Friday, the 2nd of April. That's the date today. Sweet. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, play that Mario Kart noise, and we'll jump right into it. Okay, so just coming across here to Crypto Slam. If I refresh the page right here, as you guys can see, well, it should be right there. There you go. 8.36% up today. Now, we did take an absolute beating on Top Shot yesterday. We were down like 40%, and once we jump into add more funds, you guys will see how that's kind of affected some of the moments that I'm watching and just the broader market. Yeah, it's definitely a crazy day if you were holding anything yesterday. Okay, but jumping in right here, on the today's total sales volume, we're at about 3.6 million, which is about half the volume of yesterday, I believe. But actually up on the amount of buyers in the market. So there's a lot of moments traded today. So you can see here, sellers outweighing buyers, 17,000 to 13,000 there. So pretty interesting to see. Alright, so what we're going to do is actually just jump into some news from NBA Top Shot right here. On their Twitter, this is a post that they put out a few hours ago. It says, All-Star Mike Conley made NBA Top Shot history as the first player to narrate his own moment. Exciting day for us for sure. Okay, so what we're going to do now is jump over to Top Shot, and I'll actually bring up this moment and we'll watch it, and then I'll kind of my thoughts on it and what this means for different moments and kind of what different ways that they can experiment going to the future. But anyway, here we go. We'll jump into that.
Congratulations for acquiring my Seeing Stars moment. This moment, you know, originally I was just thinking once I got the ball to shoot it at the top of the key, shoot the three. Once I saw the defender, you know, kind of closing that gap, closing that move, and you know, push the ball to my right hand. And once I was able to get around him, you know, you know, obviously the floor was opened up, and it was an easy read between whether throwing a lob to Rudy or you know, finishing myself, whether it's a floater or a mid-range jump shot. So made the right read. You know, I think anybody would be willing to throw it up to a 7-footer for a dunk any day of the week. So made my job really easy.
It may have
at that
looped
point.
without me
What it means to finally make it
to
an all-star game.
But yeah,
14.
so basically he did his just kind of walking through the play and just, you know, showing himself, explaining exactly what's going on. So this is super interesting because it's the first time that an NBA player has actually narrated their own moment. They did kind of indicate that this might be coming, and then obviously with this being the Seeing Stars challenge reward, I guess they felt like it was the perfect time to drop something like this. I'll just check chat real quick, and then we'll get into explaining it a bit more. Am I coming to Knicks? Oh man, this is too funny. I knew you guys, you've blown up my phone on Snapchat, so I knew you were watching. Is this still live? I think it is. Okay. Let me see. Let me jump right back here. Alright, NBA Top Shot. So, this moment here with Mike Conley, obviously the first time a moment's been narrated by an NBA player. Now, if we jump over to add more funds here, and I'll search it up real quick, we'll just see how this narration has impacted the moment value, because obviously, in the first of its kind, it's kind of like a rookie card in a way for this style of moment. Now, I don't know if it's gonna... Everything is really laggy here right now. Let me just see. Mike Conley. Oop, that's how you spell his last name. Alright, and I believe it's this one right here. Now, just before we look at that chart, I'm going to jump over here to evaluate market, and I've just pulled up a little bit of the data on the moment itself. So there was about 6,688, I believe, was the number that was released at the end of the challenge there. That was the amount of people that completed the challenge. And so, yeah, straight away, of course, 95% are owned as it goes straight to the collectors. But here we go. So $154 is where it's currently sitting right now. So if we come back to add more funds, we can see that it actually got all the way up to $1,500 today. This challenge was released earlier this morning, and with a low of $77 right there. And then just throughout the day, it's kind of held steady at about $150. It was trading at about $200 for a little while there, but now much more down. Yeah, so that's kind of all the news on that one for now. I think it's interesting because obviously we're going to see this happen more and more with this being the first. It's a bit of an experiment, but I think it works well. You know, it adds value to the moment. There's no moment sits here at 150, and I mean, if you come out of here and look at his All-Star moment sitting at 119, so obviously people are seeing a lot of value in a moment that has the actual NBA player narrating it. Kind of makes sense because it's, you know, it's like confirmation bias. the NBA players are supporting the actual product. It's kind of like putting an autograph on a trading card. That's how I would look at it. So definitely adding some value there, and it'll be super interesting to see if they use this in the future as kind of a challenge reward. If we'll start to see packs released with NBA moments, NBA players having their take on their own moment put on the moment itself, and yeah, there's just so much opportunity in terms of what they can do, and that's the one thing that I was really interested in terms of, you know, coming from sports cards. How are they going to make these moments? Not how are they going to make them, but how would they actually connect them to the player? And so this is kind of their first attempt at that. And obviously, in the card market, autographed cards hold a lot more value than those that aren't. So we'll see how they improve this and you know, what they can do moving into the future. Okay, what's up? What's up, Chase? Good to see you, man. Sweet, we've got a few more people in here. All right, so now coming out of that news right there, I'm just gonna go in and show you guys tagged moments because there was a lot of price movement over the last day or two. We've been hit pretty hard, as you guys can see here, from all these red lights going off, which are basically my lowest ask alerts. So anytime a moment, for example, this Giannis here, it was sitting at about 25 bucks. So I think I had the alert at 20 bucks. So anything under 20 bucks and I'll get a little alert that comes up there. But yeah, pretty much half the moments that I've keeping close attention to here got that alert over the last 24 hours. So yeah, things are definitely still tanking. All right, so what we'll do first is check out the market maker here, this LeBron James. Obviously still on a long-term downtrend. We're definitely in a bear market right now. There's not a lot of bullish movement going on. You can just see here, steady decrease. And it's, yeah, just kind of a pattern, you know. We come down, we go up a little bit, down, up, down, up, down, up. But anyway, so what happened over the last 5 days? We've seen it's been quite. Oh, that hasn't loaded right. Let me see if I can refresh this. We'll go into the 1 hour chart. Here we go. So yeah, been quite volatile since the end of the month. But just today, we can see that we started off at about 860, and right now we're down to 840. And there was, yeah, quite a lot of upwards and downwards selling pressure on. Now, if we look at some of LeBron's lower, well, not lower, but lower price moments, but higher mint numbers. For example, this assist right here, you can see it's just, yeah, it's down big, 150 down to 100, and I'm getting notifications under $100 on that one right now. So about a 50% decrease there on that LeBron, which just sucks to see. Yeah, so I definitely bought it at a bad time there. I wasn't really expecting the market to, you know, have such a significant decrease in 24 hours, but it is what it is. And I think as soon as we get more demand coming back in, like these prices will shoot back up. It'll be kind of, yeah, it'll be the same as the end of February. We'll just have to wait and see. And obviously that's just my opinion. Anything could really happen. Yeah, so this is kind of a bad chart to look at this Giannis here. We'll keep it on the 5-day. So as you guys can see, pretty much all of those CC moments still decreasing in value. Trae Young, actually interestingly enough, he's kind of held steady here at around 25 bucks. So maybe we're seeing a bit of a price floor here, but just it's hard to tell. It's definitely hard to tell. Yeah, just looking at the 1 month here. See, just even going back to that LeBron, you can kind of see that the dips, like it's not as significant as it was a week or two ago. So if we go year to date right here, you can see that we've kind of slowly started to hang around this line a bit more over the past 2 weeks. Then, you know, we've like moved down quite a few lines here. Okay, so let's check out what else is going on here. Steph Curry, he's down big as well. I picked one of these up at $39, so down about 25% from there. And over the month, yes, still trying to find a price floor. Haven't really found it at all, and we don't like to see that. This AD right here, down 10 bucks on yesterday. So this downward movement is affecting pretty much every area of the market. Nobody is really exempt apart from those like super high up moments, which don't sell that often. Such as the Cosmic Series, but look at this right here. So down to $59. We did kind of see this level here. That was this is actually in the morning. But we did see it a couple days ago, getting down to the mid kind of 65 area, and yeah, right now under $60. So I don't know. A lot of buying opportunity, I feel like, because I feel like this has legs, but at the same time, it was inflated so much that the bubble did have to pop. And that's why I held off for like 2 or 3 weeks buying anything on the market, and yet still continuing to drop. So not the best, obviously. What's up to people joining? Good to see some other people in here. I guess I'm on Twitch, so that's cool. Alright, so I guess that was kind of what I wanted to say today. Just a little bit of an update. Show you guys the market still going down. Going into the future. Oh yeah, so that's the other thing. Like, I'm not talking about cards on this episode because my card ladder, this week I started doing them a day late. So I'm not actually going to get the update on the cards until midnight tonight. But obviously I don't want to be doing a live stream at midnight. As you guys can see, it's still the same cards that I reviewed yesterday. And that's going to be the same on prices for my watch list and everything else. But what I'm thinking of doing moving ahead is splitting this into 2 separate shows. So we'll have the one for the card market and then one for the sporting NFT market and NBA Top Shot market. And that way you can break it up a bit better and find a more targeted audience. But yeah, that's just kind of some thoughts from me, and that will do it for today. So thanks for tuning in if you're here, and we'll continue to see this market hopefully trying to find a price floor, and yeah, maybe we can see some bounce heading into next week. But that's all for me, guys. Have a good weekend, happy Easter, and yeah, I'll catch you then. Peace out.